Hello to everyone, welcome to the weekly wrap. So just going to do a quick summary of what we've seen this week and then look ahead to next week and the key events going forward. So firstly then, just a quick summary of what we've seen this week. It has been dominated by two themes. So firstly out of Europe, it has been Greece, and then out of the US, the fiscal cliff. But just taking a look at Europe and the Greek situation, Greece had been silent for the last couple of months after quite a lot of drama and uncertainty in the markets at the front end of this year. However, back in the limelight now, there was a bit of speculation that a redemption today that was worth 4.1 billion euros, Greece might not be able to meet. However, they raised enough money on Tuesday through T-bill issuance to meet that, according to the Finance Ministry. So it looks like they won't be defaulting just yet. However, considering we saw the Parliament pass those budgetary reforms, there has now been growing anticipation, waiting for a decision out of Eurozone Finance Minister to disperse the tranche of aid of around 31.5 billion that is due to Greece to cover their financial needs. Now that has been delayed some months, and it's more likely now to be the end of this month. The Eurozone Finance Ministers are meeting on Tuesday to discuss the topic of Greece, and they could indeed declare they will disperse that financial aid. So that'll be a key event going forward. And also there has been a bit of speculation whether Greece will be able to get their debt to GDP ratio down to 120% by 2020. At the moment, seems pretty unlikely considering the course that they're on, but there'll be further talks on this in the coming weeks. So over in the US, Obama started his talks with Congress today on the fiscal cliff, so those automatic spending cuts and tax hikes that are due on December the 31st. We saw source comments, and since then we have seen comments from various Senate and House members suggesting that talks have progressed and they could in fact delay this sequestration, so that's the automatic spending cuts. So that's good in the short term in that we won't be pushed so severely into economic contraction. However, this does delay things, does kick the can down the road, so a bit of a mixed bag there. But considering talks have progressed, we have seen a bit of a bid turn in terms of those equity markets towards the end of the session. Now, that's the main topics this week. It has been pretty quiet other than that. So looking ahead to next week and the key events. So then looking ahead to next week and the key events, so two real central bank events. We've got the Bank of Japan rate decision. Now that's at the beginning of the week, and considering the last 2 months have seen an increase in asset purchases, it is unlikely that they will trigger the gun this time round, so it's likely they'll remain on hold for both asset buys and also the rate. But we do also have the Bank of England on Wednesday. They'll have the minutes for the latest MPC meeting. As a reminder, they held fire on both the rate and the APF, so that's at 0.5% and 375 billion sterling respectively. Now it'll be interesting to see this. There could be a bit of a vote split between the members. Now, in terms of justification for them holding fire, we did see recently an announcement from Bank of England's King that they would move the coupon income they'd received on the assets they'd bought under previous QE programmes from the Bank of England to the Treasury, so that could give them a good reason for them holding fire. But it'll be interesting to see whether there is in fact a more dovish vote split than perhaps being expected. Now, other than that, there'll be most of the US data at the front end of the week, front-loaded due to the fact we do have Thanksgiving on Thursday, so most of the US markets closed, and also early close on Friday, so it could be pretty quiet and quite thin volumes heading into the end of next week. But for the time being, that's enough from me. We hope you have a great weekend and a great start to next week. But in the meantime, have yourself a great evening.